What's happening, y'all? It's the theryanplummer here, and I'm bringing you the team builder for our first week in the the United Battle Championship. I always think it's Ultimate Battle Championship, but whatever. We're facing off against the Windsor Weevils, and I would be lying if I wasn't totally nervous about this matchup. Our first matchup, we're actually playing this like a day after the draft happened, I think. I'm definitely very nervous about this. He's got a very good team. Everyone has a good team, and I just kind of want to get the first battle off my chest against some of these really good opponents. I don't know. Orso. EvilOrso is the coach, and I don't know if he has a YouTube channel. If he does, I will link it in the description so you can check him out. He is the coach of the Windsor Weevils. I'm assuming that's some soccer team. I've never heard of it before. I am, of course, the San Diego Charge memes, so his team is very threatening. He's got Latias, my twin, Blissey, Crocodile, Blastoise, Typhlosion, Leavanny, Sylveon, Staraptor, Rodham, Aggron, and Megalopony. So a very threatening team. Obviously the huge threats are Megalopony. I've dealt with Megalopony before, and Sylveon, which is going to be really annoying. Crocodile can sweep up. Latias is great utility, good defensive mon. Blissey is fat as ever, you know, it's Blissey. Looking at this team, there were some things I kind of knew I needed to bring. There wasn't any clear standout mon, but I started with Cobalion, because I thought he might try and bring Sticky Web this week, just because of how fast my team is. I know I have 2 Levitators, but my team is incredibly fast. He can slow down Cobalion, he can slow down Mega Manectric, he can slow down Darmanitan, certain things to help out with that. So I decided to figure out a lead that would just shut down Leavanny, and I have so many taunt users on my team that Cobalion just stuck out for me. It could allow me to taunt, and then Volt out and gain momentum, or if he goes into the Crocodile, I have a switch in for that. So I decided to go with a Adamant Cobalion with max HP, enough speed to outspeed, max speed, naive Leavanny to get the taunt off. I don't think he'll bring Mental Herb, because he'll probably expect a, he might expect a Tornadus lead to try and get Sticky Web up, and then kind of force me to either defog so we can get Crocodile in on Latios, or Pursuit Trap me and stuff like that. So I thought that was what he was going to do. The rest of it is through in the fence. I didn't need that. I actually want to make this an odd number of HP, for obvious reasons. Stealth Rocks and stuff like that. Close combat, because obviously, it hits Blissey, it hits Crocodile, and just the majority of his team, and then Iron Head for the Sylveon, and it's just a stab, and then Volt Switch for momentum. I can Volt Switch out of the Leavanny if he decides to leave with that. If he decides to bring it, I can kind of Volt around, gain more momentum. Cobalion's gonna come in big. It's one of my best stops to Blissey. Taunt also allows me to stop Blissey from, pulling shenanigans and Wish Passing and stuff like that. Yeah. He'll probably expect me to lead Cobalion, which means why if he has Leavanny, I'm not going to. Or if he doesn't have Leavanny, I'm not going to. But if he does, that's my lead for sure. Next mon is Latios. Latte is back, and physically offensive Latios is back this week because it's a great Megalopony switch in. Ice Punch can't 2-hit KO. Nothing he has can 2-hit KO Latios. Whereas Side Shock destroys him. Gives me the Fogger. I'm not actually running Rocks this week because they don't really hurt his team all that much. The only ones they really matter for is Typhlosion and Staraptor. But it'd be a lot harder trying to keep them up and deal with him getting his Rocks up and stuff like that. I'd rather just not have Rocks on the field. And as you notice, actually, and you'll see later, I'm bringing a more balanced team this week, which is interesting for me. My team is very offensive, but it might throw him off guard. Anyone that's helping him build his team, I know a couple of the guys in the league know me, and so if he's getting help, I'm typically more offensive. Again, I did the HP thing here, so I want to change to that. Through the 8 in speed to make sure that he can't speed creep me or anything like that. Yeah, this thing is a great defensive pivot. It can actually deal with Crocodile. It can take a knockoff and a crunch, actually. And hit back really hard with the Draco Meteor or roost the damage off. I don't think he'll bring Crunch. I think he'll actually bring Pursuit, expecting an offensive Latios. So Choice Scarf Pursuit could be a thing. If he does that, then it's perfect because defensive Latios can sit in that all day. Yeah, this thing is going to be really good for my team. It's a great defensive switch in to a lot of his mons. It can deal with, yeah, just a lot of his Pokemon. Next mon is none other than Skuntank, Chubbs. I said, well, obviously I need a Sylveon play again with the HP. I'm actually going to throw that, the rest of that in speed, yeah. So I need a Sylveon switch in, and the only thing this thing can't switch in on is a Spec Sylveon, which I don't know if he'll bring this week. Depends on if he brings the Blissey or not. He could bring a defensive one to Wish Pass into his mons like Blastoise, who I do think he'll bring for Darmanitan. Even though Blastoise doesn't have the best matchup on my team, it is a switch into Darmanitan for him. And other mons I can't recover like Crocodile, stuff like that. So I decided to bring a Assault Vest Skuntank with Aftermath. If he's not Specs, I can come in and take any of his attacks. He can't really do a lot to me. I'm bringing a really weird set. First off, because Skuntank is a great Pursuit Prepper for Latios, and there is no way, you know, he's going to stay in on this thing, risk a Sucker Punch, risk a Dark-type move, and just get wrecked, I think, at least. And he can't really do a lot to me with Latios, especially with the Assault Vest, or Latios, especially with the Assault Vest. Bring Acid Spray and Sludge Bomb. Reason being is that a defensive Sylveon can deal with Poison Jab to the point where I wouldn't even really kill it if it was like a Specs Sylveon or like an offensive variant of Sylveon. Whereas with Acid Spray, if he's defensive and he's kind of playing around with it a little bit, the combination of Acid Spray and Sludge Bomb will be able to take him down to the point where I believe Aftermath will either kill or bring him down to the point where he's basically useless. Especially if he is the Wisp Passing, like if he's the more defensive set and he's the Wisp Passing set where he would live that, he would lose all his Wisp Passing potential and basically just be Deathfather. So that's my Skuntank play. It's just almost solely there to deal with Sylveon. It can also deal with the Latios as well to help me with that. Next one is Mega Manectric. Now obviously he has the Crocodile, who will probably be Scarfed this week, I think. But Mega Manectric is still a really good mon to use this week. Speed ties with Mega Lopunny, and then other than that, it outspeeds everything that's not Scarfed on this team. Great Volt Switch momentum for me. Max speed, max special attack, basic Mega Manectric set. Yeah, so Lightning Rod before the Mega Evolution. After that, Intimidate is good. This is my best Staraptor switch in. If he's Scarfed, I don't have a lot for Staraptor, but if I can switch it in and get the Intimidate off on the Staraptor, he can't really touch me. It's like a 3 or 4 hit KO, so he'll be able to whittle me down, but hopefully I'll be able to whittle his other mons down to the point where he can't do a lot to me. No Hidden Power Ice or Flamethrower this week. Reason being, the only thing that Flamethrower really hits is Leavanny, and I don't really need that. Leavanny and Aggron, I guess. And I don't think he's going to bring Aggron, and Leavanny I'm not going to really stay in on anyway. He's not going to go into Mega Manectric, especially if he's expecting a Flamethrower. So I decided to go with Signal Beam instead of Hidden Power Ice, and Protect instead of Flamethrower, because everything that I would normally hit with a Hidden Power Ice is going to take more damage from Signal Beam, like Crocodile and Latios would be the only two I would hit with the Hidden Power Ice anyway. Obviously, I get walled by Blissey, but every time Blissey comes in, I gain momentum. I can Volt Switch out, and just, yeah, gain momentum. Protect is to get my speed up before I Mega Evolve, and also deals with a high jump kick from Mega Lopunny, forcing him to kind of play around that. Yeah, Mega Manectric is going to be a great pivot for me. My other great pivot is going to be Tornadus Therian, a very threatening mon. I decided to bring it with a Scarf this week and use it as more of a utility Scarf mon, in the sense that it can't pull a lot of the important KOs. Hurricane doesn't do a lot to certain mons that I would want it to. It can't OHKO a lot of different mons, but with Choice Scarf, it gives me the ability to outspeed absolutely everything on this team, even Scarfers. The only way he would be able to stop that is I don't even think he has any like agility or speed up moves on his team. So I decided to go max attack Adamant since Hurricane is doing, not doing enough for me, and Superpower, I wanted to bring U-turn knockoff and Superpower for sure. Gives me cover to hit his entire team. And I decided to go with Iron Tail's last move to hit Sylveon, basically, as like a last-ditch kind of effort to hit Sylveon. I probably won't be expecting that. Yeah, knockoff obviously hits Latios really hard. U-turn hits a lot of his team really hard. Superpower can, I think, kill Blissey, even though I'm only Scarfed. Max attack, and Adamant as well, because I have enough speed to outspeed this entire team. So this thing, gonna be good utility mon. It has the potential to lose me momentum, so I have to be careful with that. But I think it's gonna do well and probably pick up a couple of kills. Last one is none other than Aromatisse. I realized that my team gets hurt by status, especially if he gets, a burn on something, a paralysis on the Birdman, a paralysis on Latios. And also Reflect really helps me deal with his team a lot, especially with the Staraptor and the Crocodile. If I set up a Reflect, I can switch into different things and just like clean up his team from there pretty much. Moonblast does a surprising amount of damage to his team. It 3-hit KOs Latias, which I know isn't ideal, but Latias isn't a great switch in. This is a great switch in to Latias. It 2-hit KOs Crocodile, I think. Does a ton of damage to a couple of his bigger mons like Megalop too. And after the Reflect, Megalop's another great switch in. I decided to go with Wish, but no Protect this week, to allow me to get HP back into things like Chubbs, things like Cobalion, and deal with his team. So, I gotta go, though, play this match. He's ready to play. Fingers crossed. I'm extremely nervous about this match, and I think he has the potential to really just wreck my team. But, wish me luck, and I will see you guys at the battle.